Hello, group. Welcome to Action Rock Corner. I'm your host, Richard May. Today, Under the Influence. Now, this is listed as a David Bowie. There's no David Bowie here. There's no David Bowie on this record. Capiche? This is a compilation of bands and artists that David really liked, is on the record of admiring. Get it? No David Bowie. There is one David Bowie cover song of Bowie by a children's choir. It's a really gnarly drums, primal guitar and drums with the children's choir, in the key of Pink Floyd, Another Brick in the Wall. They could have mashed it up if they wanted to, but no, they don't. It's Space Oddity. It's nice. It's more than nice. It's really cool. Like I said, guitar and the drums is primal. The children's choir is a children's choir. You know. That's the only David Bowie out of the 21 songs here. It's a children's choir that does it. Okay? Get the picture? These are 20 bands and artists that David Bowie admired in his youth or as he progressed in his career going into the 2000s. So it stretches from Little Richard to, what's the name of this band that I don't listen to again? The Polyphonic Spree in the 2000s. David likes the band. Had the band open up for him in concert. So it stretches from the late 50s or the middle 50s, the mid 50s, to the Polyphonic Spree. Okay? And points in between. But you get no David Bowie. Never mind you get a picture of David Bowie. Never mind on the spine it tells you David Bowie. No David Bowie. Okay? These are artists influenced. Or he liked David Bowie. That David Bowie liked. Get the picture? Like just from the jump, the first cut, Little Richard. Not David Bowie. Get Little Richard. What song do you get from Little Richard? Hey, this is going to be cool. You'll get, Tutti Frutti. Or Good Golly Miss Molly. Or, no. You get Shake a Hand, If You Can. You don't want to hear Shake a Hand. Shake a Hand's nice. It's nice. But it's Little Richard covering someone else. It's not an original Little Richard song. It's a cover song of Faye Adams. Faye Adams is not Little Richard. Little Richard's covering Faye Adams, or actually the person was another person wrote the song and then Faye Adams covered it. A lot of people cover more people covered Shake Your Hand than I would think would cover Shake Your Hand. There's a initial list of people that cover Shake Your Hand. It's a nice song. I don't think no one's been inspired by Little Richard covering Shake a Hand. I don't think so. No, I call BS. Good Guy, Miss Malley, Tutti Frutti, lots of songs. Not that one. That's how. Now, mind you, I like this. I like Shake a Hand. I like this collection because it is eclectic in who has tracks on this thing. It's David Bowie. He was kind of eclectic. He's all over the map. So you start with Little Richard doing gospel. Then you get Anthony Newley. It's cool. But if you're not prepared for gospel, Little Richard, followed by theatrical Anthony Newley, who can I turn to when nobody needs me? From 1965. Okay? This is what you're starting with. Some cool stuff's coming. It is. Cool stuff, really cool stuff. And this is kind of cool too. Okay? But you're going to work towards it. Get the picture? No David Bowie. And you're starting with Gospel Little Richard, Theatrical Anthony Newley. Then you get from the album Son of Word Jazz, Ken Nordine and the Fred Katz Group. It's jazz. And I did not know there was such a song as this. This is different. Okay? I used to think, this is the title of the song. It's a sentence. Bear with me. I used to think my right hand was uglier than my left hand. This is my right hand's uglier than my left hand. Maybe Ken couldn't afford therapy back in the mid 50s. Came out in 50. I think the year's wrong. It's actually, that's another thing about this collection, but we'll get to that. It's different. Lots different. This is not what inspired David Bowie to do Let's Dance. Can we leave it at that? This is eclectic. Big word for lots of different, strange, maybe, based on your point of view, strange influences that made David different than other rock icons of our time. Okay? Then you get Gerry Mulligan, sax jazz, blues for Tiny, 1955 it says here. Why? David Bowie plays sax. That's how he started his musical training, was he learned how to play sax. He wanted to be Gerry Mulligan. He wanted to be in Little Richard's band, playing sax, because he noticed that Richard had a bunch of horn players, sax players in the band. Little David Bowie, wanted to be in Little Richard's band, playing horn, playing sax. And he, of course, matures slightly. Hey, I want to be Gerry Mulligan. You get the picture? Then you get folk. And this is when the music's great. Music's cool. But there's some typos. Mistakes. The folk group is Koerner, Ray, and Clover, a folk trio. Not as famous as Beer, Paul, and Mary, or the Kingston Trio. It's Koerner, Ray, and Clover. If you got a big ass TV, you can see, where about. And here's another. The order on the back cover is wrong. The booklet has a song in the order you get it. But the back cover, the order of the songs are wrong. Basically, one song is moved up and whatever. No, it's more than that. But anyways, on this, you can look above my finger if you're watching me on a big ass TV, and thank you for watching me on a big ass TV. You see there, it's listed as, is my note right, Roy? It isn't Roy, Koerner, and Clover. It's Koerner, Ray, the vowel is A, Ray, and Clover. That's the correct trio. That's a duo, Roy, Koerner, and Clover. There's 3 people, not 2, like that says. Nice song. The computer skills were sloppy. Their Google skills were sloppy. Hopefully my Google research is correct. But according to what I read, the band name is not Roy, Koerner, and Clover. Lovely song. Okay, now we start into bands you heard of before. Maybe. The Velvet Underground. You love the Velvet Underground? Sure you do. It's a few. The Velvet Underground and Nico. There she goes again. And we know how great David Bowie thought the Velvet Underground was. His manager at the time gave him this record and said, check this out. David Bowie's been quoted as saying, it's like, hey, Velvet Underground is as influential as the Beatles in a different way. And of course, David Bowie hung out, produced Lou Reed from the Velvet Underground. The Berlin period with Iggy Pop, all 3 of them doing records in Berlin, with David producing Iggy and Lou Reed. It's a cool booklet. Did I make it clear I like this? I do. I'm not here talking about this because I don't like it. I'm here because I like it. I really like it. It's a nice collection of tunes. It's a diverse collection of tunes. You often hear me say when I review a collection of songs that is sequenced well. The sequence is okay here, but it is a little bit jarring at times. You know, when you go, because you can go into the Stooges after the Velvet Underground. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then you go to the Beach Boys. That's okay. But it's a little jarring sequence. Going from folk to underground, Velvet Underground, which is still kind of a folk song. There she goes. No fun is not folk. No fun is fun. There you go. And then you go to the Beach Boys, Heroes and Villains. Okay? And then the Cream, Cream, no thee. I feel free. You know, it's okay. I'm you over the place. Another issue with this fine release, because I just thought, oh, this would be easy to prepare. I'll read the liner notes. You may notice in your big ass TV, the liner notes are in French. Mom, I'm sorry I flunked French. I flunked real good. I flunked totally. I don't know a damn word in French. Not oui. That's about it. We just sat there dumbfounded. Maybe I didn't have a greatest teacher. Discuss. But the point is, I don't read, write, or speak French. I Googled everything and confirmed that David actually was great fans of all the bands, the 20 bands in this collection. Big fans. Big quotes, easy to find. Just go David Bowie on whoever you want to talk about. And Gerry Mulligan and the Beach Boys and whatever. You know, even he doesn't say much, but he covered a Beach Boys song, and heck, he just was thrilled he got to see Koerner Nordine, and without the Fred Kantz group in 2007, when Ken was 85 years old. David was stoked to get to see Ken Nordine in 2007 live at 85 years old. He loved Ken Nordine. He was down for it. He put it online. Oh, I'm stoked. I'm going. I'm going. Okay, maybe it was done. He loved this stuff. So if it's a bit much and jarring in the variety of music you're finding on this collection, keep in mind, this is the stuff David Bowie really liked. Okay? Formative and later. So you get Cream, I Feel Free. I mentioned the Beach Boys. This is another typo by the booklet. Linton Kwesi Johnson. Linton, like the T. Linton. According to David Bowie, Linton's 1979 record, Forces of Victory, one of the most important reggae records of all time. You get a reggae song after I Feel Free. Electric. Get it? It's a cool song. David Bowie even gave his copy of Forces of Victory to Mos Def. Is that how you say his name? Mos Def. I'm going with that. Because he thought Mos Def needed to hear Forces of Victory. And of course, he wanted to buy another copy. Because he gave away his copy to Mos Def. I'm sure David Bowie could afford a new record. I hope he got one. Followed up with the Pixies. Remember the Pixies? Pixies was cool. Is this 1989? Debaser. The most compelling band outside of Sonic Youth. I love Sonic Youth. I own a bunch of Sonic Youth. It's not on this album. You get the Pixies instead. But most compelling band outside of Sonic Youth. I guess Sonic Youth wanted a bit more for licensing than they wanted to pay. But you get the Pixies. The band Air. Their song Sexy Boy is here from 1998. So you're going into the 90s and our century. Granddaddy, Hewlett's Daughter, from 2000. He was a fan of Granddaddy. It's going back and forth in eras. So in between, what did I say? Air and Granddaddy, you get Scott Walker from 1967. I should have looked up how to say this. Mantogue Terrace. Probably Scott Walker, probably my idol since I was a kid, according to David Bowie. He loved Scott Walker. Then you get the kid, the grade school choir. Brian Eno, Another Green World from 75. Kevin Ayers, Baby Come Home. Zappa and the Mothers. That was a cute story. It wasn't so much about Zappa's influence on David Bowie. Just Frank got pissed off at David Bowie. Because David Bowie hired her away as guitar player. Adrian Belew. Okay. Yeah. David Bowie admired Frank Zappa and his guitar player and hired him. Hired him away. Zappa didn't care for that. Zappa was pissed. Zappa was a lot of things, but he also was a businessman and don't steal his employee. Yeah. Captain Tom. Frank was PO'd. He was just saying, yeah, F you, Captain Tom. When Zappa caught Bowie trying to hire away his guitar player at a restaurant they were both at. Because there wasn't that many different high-end restaurants to meet at. So, yeah, Zappa was there when Bowie walks in with his guitar player trying to steal him. It's like, screw you. And your music sucks too. Wow. Zappa was Zappa. Roxy Music is here, Virginia Plain. Where's my... Yeah, with the nice pretty girl on the cover. The self-titled debut record, Virginia Plain, is on the compilation. I mentioned the Polyphonic Spree, their song Section 8 Soldier Girl from 2002. See? And then Tom Verlaine from Television. Remember the band Television? His song Kingdom Come, which Bowie covered on the Scary Monsters album. So, you get the picture. Right variety of stuff. You can't read the liner notes unless you're from France. Or you have education and you passed your French course. Unlike me. Now, if it was a Polish course, Mom could help me. I had relatives. But no one thinks of learning Polish as a foreign language course in America. It had to be French, because Mom thought I was going to go to college because I know French. College didn't care by 1979 about you learning French anymore. Oh well. So, fun collection. Most of you are overseas, YouTube tells me. And thank you for watching from overseas. So maybe you can buy this for a reasonable price, enjoy the music, take some of the information with some grain of salt. Maybe a year off. You can misunderstand the name of a folk band. I don't know the accuracy of the liner notes in French. Even that's in French. I pay a tariff. I say, hey, how much to get this? And it's like $24. That isn't what we pay in America for a CD. Maybe that's a cheap vinyl. CD, that's a bit much. But I went, heck with it, I'll do it. Probably was a difference. They're also trying to charge vinyl prices for CDs. They're envious. The record labels will like to start charging, final prices for CD. They're not quite there yet, but I think with a tariff, thank you, American presidential administration. I had to pay a tariff. But you overseas, you don't have to pay no stinking tariff. Everything's Jake. And, just prepare for the variety. and you're okay. All of it's cool. I enjoyed all of the music. But the variety was a touch jarring. So, as long as you're prepared, but I did my research. Okay? Because I went David Bowie on, and they said, hey, yeah, David Bowie liked every one of these bands. So, it's accurate. You know, the bands and David Bowie were familiar with each other. It's all good. So, these are bands that David Bowie took influence from, or just was fans of, and, well, he probably took influence too. Not that I listened to much 21st century David Bowie. Being truthful here. Okay, I'm told it's great. Just after Tin McSheen. But during the pandemic, I went back to the 70s Bowie, to the Berlin period. Oh, I love that. I do. So, did I over-explain? I'm sure I did. You like this video? And bless your heart if you do. Give it a like. Subscribe to the channel. Ring the notification bell. And leave a comment. I will list, because no, you can't listen to this on YouTube or other online, maybe some, but not on YouTube. I'm going to have to give you some of the names of the artists. This is kind of like why I painstakingly went through every one of the 20 bands, other than naming the children's choir deal. So that, hey, I like Gerry Mulligan. Sounds cool. It's here. You like your old Richard doing gospel? It's here. Okay? So, I will list, not all of them. I don't know if I get space, but I can in the comment section. I'll put myself to work. But in the description, I'm only going to do a handful of the higher recognizable acts. They get you to watch this thing. So, thank you for watching. And remember, for the latest in action rock, garage rock, and legacy bands and legacy acts like David Bowie and the people that influenced David Bowie, come back here to Action Rock Koerner. We'll have it for you. And remember, fresh music is as important as fresh food. And have fun with your music. It was fun. It is. It is a fun collection. You'll like it. But you're going to have to get used to the variety. That will be your sticking point. Thank you for watching again, and we'll see you again soon.